Hey everyone, welcome to the GitLab Runner Group 14.9 Kickoff video. I'm Darren Eastman, Product Manager for GitLab Runner, and with me is Gina Doyle, Senior Product Designer for all things GitLab Runner, and as well as some other stages here at GitLab. I noticed that as part of our release post process, folks are like using themes now as part of the release post. That's happening for 14.8. So our GitLab Runner 14.9 Kickoff theme is Sesame Street. So I brought along a friend, Cookie Monster, who's going to help us along, hi Cookie, with our kickoff. But to go first, Gina Doyle is going to cover everything happening in UX and Runner Fleet for 49. So Gina, take over to you.
Okay, I will start sharing my screen. Okay, so we have a bunch of deliverables that we're getting out for 14.9, but I wanted to highlight some of the things that we have going on for the group runners view. Thus far for Runner Fleet, we've been concentrating on improving the admin view and like adding a better foundation so that we can create more features in that view. And then our hope was that we could then pull those features into the group view so that we could help out our SaaS customers who are using group runners. So that is exactly what this issue is doing. We'll be updating the group view so that it's no longer in settings, and we'll be pulling that out so that it's become its own page under CI/CD. And then we also, because our development team is so great, they've already transferred some of the features we've added in the admin view and have added it to the group view so that it's ready to go and it's kind of up to speed with what we've done in the admin view so far. So right now this lives behind a feature flag, and this will remove that feature flag and make it live. So we're really excited for that. The other big deliverable that we're carrying out in 14.9 is bulk deleting runners from the admin view. So the problem around this was that runners can become stale after a certain amount of time. And right now there's no easy way to be able to delete those from the UI. So we wanted to provide the ability to do that. And this we'll get out like a very early iteration of this so that you can delete many runners at one time. So for example, if you had like 100 stale runners and wanted to delete them quickly, you could just filter by stale and delete all of your runners. So hopefully we will continue to iterate on that so that we can incorporate more edge cases as well. And this is going to start in the admin view. And then we would hope to bring it to the group view as well so we can apply it to SaaS. And I'm going to go into the UX issues now. So we had a couple issues around GitLab Runner minute banners being overwhelming, and we consolidated them down into the single issue. When you have limited minutes left, there's a lot of alerts that come up, and they're quite confusing to users because they kind of are brought to all of the teammates. So we're trying to make those clearer and limiting them so that they're not given to every teammate. So they're mostly just maintainer plus. And we'll work on a design to make that less overwhelming. The second issue is improving communication of runners that are behind versions and need updates. This is an issue that we know customers are wanting right now. They want to be able to just easily see how many runners are behind in versions and then be able to update them easier. Today, we just show in the admin view, just like a list of the version that the runner's at, but we don't provide any indication of how far that is behind. So we're gonna start with a small iteration to be able to do that and then move forward. And then lastly, this is something that we actually investigated in 14.8. So we did this pretty early on, but we noticed that shared runners setting is disabled on projects sometimes, and we don't know why. So we were investigating this, and we actually came up with an issue to track audit events to be able to track this in the future. So now we'll be able to find the source of the request that would have disabled the shared runners. And then it will be a lot less confusing for users so that they can pinpoint it down to where that came from. That is it from the runner fleet side. So I'll pass it back to you, Darren.
Sorry, just looking for the mute button. Hey, thanks a bunch, Gina. And for folks looking at the video, I just want to reiterate, Gina Doyle, Miguel Rincon, Pedro Cambrero, they're the actual runner fleet team. They've been the ones that's driving the vision and the execution, and super kudos out to that team. So thanks a bunch. They're just awesome. So let me see if I can share my screen really fast and just chat a bit about what's happening in the runner core categories in 49 and runner SaaS. I'll cover runner SaaS first. Nothing major in terms of new features happening in the SaaS front in 49. We're doing a bunch of foundational work in terms of our scaling architecture. So you'll see more of that in the next few iterations. We get closer to what that looks like. Our Mac OS runners beta for GitLab SaaS, that's still in beta, and you'll see more announcements about our GA release in the upcoming milestones on that. So nothing new in terms of new features and capabilities and runner SaaS coming up in 49. We'll look forward to interesting, cool things in the future on that. For runner core in 49, this is going to be a heavy bugs release for us. We're still working through, let's face it, a significant backlog of aged P2 as or Sev2/P2 bugs. And so I'm front loading 49 so that we take care of some security issues as well as some aged bugs. In terms of features and capabilities, nothing major to call out at the moment that's coming out in 49. There's one interesting piece of work that I really hope we will be able to get to in 49. And this is really in support of our broader software supply chain strategy that's being led right now by Sam White in conjunction with Jackie Porter from the Verify stage. And what we hope to do in 49 from the runner side in support of the overall GitLab vision to strengthen the software supply chain is to kind of think about how GitLab Runner and what we do in terms of executing CI jobs, how that fits within the broader software supply chain strategy. There's a bunch of different conversations that have been happening. So what we've kind of focused on right now over the last couple of days in thinking about how the runner fits into this is thinking about the in total metadata standards, some work that's been happening over with the group Testify security team and their witness product, and thinking about how that in total framework, some of the wrappers that are coming up from the Testify sec team with witness, how that plays into our overall CI/CD pipeline approach and how the runner fits into that. So 49 will be some investigational work. Hopefully we get to that to kind of think more deeply about what is actually required to support this software supply chain vision, this attestation framework, et cetera, et cetera. So just to wrap up for 49 for runner core, it's really going to be focused in terms of bugs, getting rid of HP2 bugs, and then in terms of moving the ball forward in terms of new features and capabilities, it's really some investigation work to set the stage for new features and capabilities in the future. Gina, anything else from your end before you wrap? Maybe stop sharing my screen.
Nothing else.
Okay, cool. So I just want to say, hopefully, Sesame Workshop, this is not like my friend from the team, the Cookie Monster, say bye and cheers, everyone. See you next time. And hopefully, we have a different theme for 14.10. We're going to figure out what the theme is. Bye, Cookie. See you.